Shalom. All praises, glory and honors to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. This is James 5 precept, short and spicy and it to the point. And I'm your brother Makolat with another lesson here to feed the potential elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this is a moving in the spirit lesson. You know, this is basically various topics. I don't really have anything specific to speak about. You know, this is nothing planned. It's an impromptu. I was just going home. Well, I'm on my way home. Yeah. And I have energy on my phone, so basically I just say, why not pull out the phone and do something to feed the elect? See, because there's so much things happening in the spirit right now. We have the Passover coming up, which is a major day in Israel, which our people should be keeping. And in this empire here in the West, we are not taught to keep these high holy days according to the scriptures. We were taught to keep paganistic high holy days such as Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween, which Halloween basically is that day which is totally dedicated to witchcraft and the dead, left-hand energy in all shapes and form, and people do worship and celebrate in that time openly, But the Passover is coming up, and you have yet to see these Christians, so-called these church goers, saying to Jake, to our people, that look, the Passover is up on us. Let's keep it. But they're gonna tell you about communion, which the scriptures speak nothing about communion, and you're supposed to be drinking grape juice and shit, forbidden to marry, basically. Teaching for doctrine the commandments of men, as the scripture would say, to drink grape juice, not wine. Because in their philosophy, because that ain't the true gospel, man. In their philosophy, it's grape juice. You're not supposed to drink wine and shit. But in the law, in the law, it is commanded for you to keep the Passover. And Yahushai drank the wine, and he said that he won't drink it. Yahushai gave the wine to his disciples to drink, and he said that he won't drink of it until the kingdom. So even in the kingdom, we're gonna be drinking wine. And it wouldn't surprise me if the wines that we're drinking is some of them wine that Jake created back in like the 1400s, the 1500s. And you have these men, the elites have them locked up in their vaults and shit. So these wine would be truly be fermented. It wouldn't surprise me. Some wine from way back in the days, man. Or even the 1800s, Jake making wine in slavery. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, this is our Exodus 12 verse 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months, which they call it Abib, which basically means spring. So this here show you that the first of the year cannot be the first month of the year cannot be in the middle of winter, man. It cannot be January. So that's off. As the scripture says, they have things to change times and laws. And not only that, all the foundation of the earth are out of course, man. Right? So it says, this verse 2, Exodus 12 verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Right? Pardon me, because I'm driving, yeah? It says, every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. It says, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. He shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Right? It says, and he shall keep it until the 4th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take off the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Right? And this is what happened back in ancient Egypt. Right? It says, verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw nor sodden at all with water, says, but roast with fire his head with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. See, and you know, it's not like we're coming to and cursing Jacob that, look, you know, you're not keeping the Passover, and you know, but what we're saying is that, you know, we should be rehearsing these righteous acts, man. You know, don't boil it. You know, what I've noticed here, you know, in the scripture, the Lord basically point out that you're not supposed to boil it. So sudden means to boil, eh? You're supposed to put it in the water and boil it, right? But like these camps, these other Israelite camps that keep the Passover, a lot of them, you see that they're putting plate before you with sudden dishes, man. If I'm not lying, if I'm lying, you know, my bad, but I'm sure if you go back to them videos, you know, you'll see these camps putting plates before each other's. Brothers putting plate before each other's, man, with boiled lamb. You know, with meaning you have it with liquid on it, like water. Because if you put it over the fire just like that, it won't, whatever oil or water it spring from the body, it will drip in the fire. You won't see any gravy on it or shit like that. You won't see any sauce, man. And if I'm not mistaken, hey, stand corrected if I'm mistaken, but I'm almost sure. I'm almost sure that I've seen men putting in front of other men in these various camps plate with cooked meat, man. Cooked meat that's sudden. Yeah? And that's off, man. See? That's off. Brothers, it's time now for us to take this thing more serious, man. See? Whatever you're gonna do in representing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, do it the correct way, man. You know? Right? It says, verse 10, back in Exodus 12, verse 10, it says, and he shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it the morning he shall burn with fire. No, we cannot keep these things, like, we cannot pinpoint these things to brothers saying, look, you have to get your lamb and you got to, you know, take it out and keep it up until the 14th day, and you know, because we're not in our land. But what we can do whatever we can do in rehearsing these righteous acts, let's do them to the best of our abilities. It is as simple as that. So in other words, we're not supposed to be having a major lamb dinner. There was a point in time that even the apostles used to keep Passovers with other brothers coming. You know, no, it's more simple Passovers, man. More simpler Passover, because see what we're trying to do here, we're trying to be perfect in the spirit, man. You know, working on ourselves individually as well, perfecting ourselves in the spirit, because this thing is about the spirit, man. It's not about the flesh. The flesh is already nothing already, man. Scripture said the flesh profited nothing, man. It's about the spirit, man. See, and I guess that's what the spirit wanted me to bring up. The fact that, you know, I've seen these other camps cooking the lamb, putting it in front brothers on plate. I've seen it before, man. I know I've seen it before. Since if you're doing that out there, man, and you're listening to this video, just, yo, stop that shit, man. Yeah? The scripture says you're not supposed to eat of it raw, or you're not supposed to boil it, but roast it. It says you're supposed to what? Roast it, man. And I can tell you, see, these little things that you cats take to be very light and fail to obey, you know, these little things that can be kept, that you fail to obey, saying the Lord look at it as disrespect, such as, like, you know, the Apostle Paul basically bring it out saying that, look, it's a shame for men to have long hair. And you have cats out there that justify themselves in every way, shape or form to keep that shit. Now what did Job said? Job said, if I justify myself, my one mouth shall condemn me. Yeah? So these simple little things that you can keep, that you refuse in keeping, that you think is a very light thing, the Lord look upon it differently, man. You know? Because why so? The Lord is judging your spirit, man. The Lord is judging your heart. And you ain't right, man. You ain't right. So now is the time, yo, get it right, man. Get it right. Do it the correct way. See, coming to this truth, you know, I started to learn this truth from 2009. And the apostles, at that time they were called the elders, man. We call them the elders. You know, back then the elders used to say, look, they have to be fixing brothers because they learn from Great Millstone, and then you go watch Zabak and you watch this camp or that camp, or, you know, and then they have to be fixing brothers. They say, hey, you learn this truth from Great Millstone, stick with Great Millstone, man. And that's what I did. And guess what? I've seen the benefit of it, man. So I'm gonna say this, man. Even if you learn that you're an Israelite from these cats, man, if they ain't teaching what the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone are teaching, they're off, man. That's just the truth, man. That's just the fact of the situation. That's the fact of the matter. So guess what? You learn this thing from Great Millstone, stick with Great Millstone. Shalom.